Megaforce, 1982. We got like the Transformers font thing. There's never been a superhero like Ace Hunter. Oh, please tell me that's Ace Hunter there with a little laser 6-shooter. What the fuck is that? We got like Evil Knievel over here in the top left. We got some helicopters in the top right, an airplane. We got a woman that's having thoughts. How dare she? Are those thought bubbles? What the fuck are those? We got some futuristic space cars down below. Some explosions. We got like a little dune buggy coming out on fire. Okay, there's a lot of excitement going on here. A dirt bike. How much you want to bet that part of it takes up 3 minutes of film? And the rest of it's just sit around. I mean, this is 82. It's not quite 70s sci-fi, so it's not going to be as dreary, but it's still going to be terrible.
Despite official denials by leaders of the free world, sources now confirm the existence of Megaforce, a phantom army of super elite fighting men whose weapons are the most powerful science can devise. Their mission, to preserve freedom and justice, battling the forces of tyranny and evil in every corner of the globe.
If they so choose. Oh god, yes. Megaforce! Assembling the world's elite squad! Despite official denial, they exist! Their mission? Something vague. Film the Megaforce vision! Oh. Intro vision? That really took off afterward, huh? Parachute and flying sequences. Alright, we got that to look forward to. Waka chicka 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 Megaforce. No. I'm so fucking pumped for Megaforce. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. And non-stop action.
We have removed you from the facility where your labors were being exploited. Never-ending struggle.
And then an explosion happens.
Of tyranny, period.
Or like a firing squad.
Counter-revolutionary committee.
But it blows up, right? Hello, citizens. Welcome to Shitty Movie Showdown episode 30. I'm Phoenix West. Today's episode is Megaforce from 1982. Glorious, futuristic 1982. Megaforce is a comedy, starring Barry Bostwick and Michael Beck, who you might know best from Michael Bostwick, Spin City, Michael Beck, Warriors. He's that weird-looking dude with the long hair that smiles a lot. Anyway, this movie, holy shit. I didn't know what it was before I started watching it. All I saw was the poster, never watched a trailer, and I finished the movie, and I still don't know what it was. I have no idea what it's about. I have a general idea, I suppose. I don't know where to begin on this movie. It begins with... What does it begin with? Oh, dear God. This movie's so forgettable. It's kind of amazing. It's an amazing feat of cinema as far as how forgettable it is. Because it's a Hal Needham film, first off. Smokey and the Bandit fame. So it was a lot of chasing, a lot of driving, and a lot of humor. I think it was a comedy. I'm still not sure. I can't tell you how many times during the screening I went, is this supposed to be a comedy?
Welcome, General, Major. I'm Zachary Taylor.
I'm part robot.
Wasn't he one of their presidents? Huh? Never mind.
He's a close talker. Is this supposed to be a comedy?
Dang near. That's a big one.
Is this a comedy? I should be asking that.
Whole thing up just to show off for you.
17 and almost 18 minutes in, I shouldn't still be asking if it's a comedy. The movie's ambitious, I'll give it that. That's what I appreciate about it. A lot of good matte paintings and model work and...
General? Maybe the journey was worthwhile after all.
Oh, God.
Still can't tell if it's comedy, though.
It's fantastic.
Okay. A little less tight uniforms.
Yahoo! It's right on schedule, guys!
Yahoo! Right on schedule, guys!
I am listening to every word you are saying, Colonel. Yes, yes. No, no. Yes, talk. I'm not talking.
Is this a comedy?
But Dave, it's too expensive. You know, there's one thing you never understood.
Comedy. It starts off this old British dude and then this Mediterranean-looking lady. They're in some sort of military for some sort of made-up country that I don't remember what it was.
Call me Hunter.
I'm General Vern White, Republic of Sardoon.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Republic of Sardoon. So you met my robot driver already?
Target sighted and closing.
Major Ben Buddha, I presume.
Major has been Buddha. Thank you. And she's General Benabudist or something like that, and he's just some stuffy British guy who bitches a lot. He's a bitch.
Permission granted.
Nope. Not granted. Sorry.
This is the 4th time Guerrera and his bandits have crossed the border this month.
Megaforce flies Continental. Continental is the official sponsor of Megaforce. We're going to the fucking police academy. What's going on? This is fucking police academy through and through right now.
No welcoming committee. Would you mind telling me where we are?
You're in Megaforce, sir. Enjoy it. It lasts forever.
Did you notice that in the last 2.5 hours of that interminable journey, we didn't pass a petrol pump? Slipshot, that's what it is.
Goddamn slipshot.
Was certainly not on my agenda for today. We received more civilized treatment. And we were prisoners at the time.
General, please sit down.
Maybe they took you to the desert to get your bitching out. These are not the usual accommodations that Megaforce provides. Oh no, sir. Megaforce!
Howdy.
I'll be your Math McConaughey today. Skull, the official chewing tobacco of Megaforce.
And the kind of officer that makes bivouacking in the woods seem downright desirable.
I'll bivouac all over you, ma'am. I'll be bivouacking about you later for my nightly bivouacking rituals. Got no one to bitch to. Ship shop.
We can make anything we want with these holographs, from a boulder to a beach. Get right on in.
From a boulder to a beach. Yep. That's right, you would say a ship shop. And then he takes them to the Megaforce facilities. And before he does that, though, he takes them on a little tour, like a little Jeep tour, like the tour in the Grand Canyon. And they go around, and then they go back to the same exact location, but they call it someplace else. And then the Megaforce team shows up, and they start, like, jumping bikes, and they have, like, futuristic-looking bikes. They look like Tron. And they're hopping, and then suddenly these, like, balloon things come over the ridge, and then they explode. But then they explode on their own. But then also the Megaforce guys use their bike guns to shoot at them and shoot missiles at them. It's fucking ridiculous. They're back where they began. Fuck you, movie. Megaforce, yeah. Megaforce, yeah. Megaforce, yeah. Megaforce, yeah. I saw this in negative. It's nice to see it in full color. They don't look ridiculous at all, or like action figures.
Now commencing run. Target range. Roger, Red 3.
They're throwing kickballs at us, sir. Where are those coming from? That's what those little balls were above that lady in the poster. Why do that? They're exploding on their own, it seemed like. This is a child playing with toys and what's going on in their imagination. Ow. Charlie's Angel, Megaforce! Unnecessary force! My theory for this movie was, it was a child playing with toys. We're from Megaforce! Yeah! And so there's no plot, really. It's just a big, extended child playing with toys scene. And it looks like toys. This looks like Thunderbirds mixed with a little bit of Tremors characters, mixed with like lots of matte paintings and models and toys. So it just felt like Jerry Anderson's Megaforce, the guy that did Thunderbirds and Supercar. And
Major,
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you later.
It has been a pleasure.
May I
So
show you
long,
around?
so long. Initiating goodbye sequence. Well, it's the white part of the tour.
It's the pyramids to shame.
It had better. It cost a whole lot more.
This is like Thunderbirds.
Oh, this is just one base. You ought to see where we keep our boats and all them other gizmos.
Megaforce!
It's an awesome set of toys.
Yes, it is. Megaforce! Away! Megaforce has left off, sir. Go get him, Megaforce! Go get him! Someone got their nephew's airplanes and hung them in front of a rear projection. Okay. Okay, that's what we're doing, huh?
Tomorrow.
You had one fucking kiss. And it was barely a kiss. God. It's like he's nude. It's a tiny little ass. Go back to Denver, you bitch. Should have... General Benabuda. I expect him to cut back every time they show one of those to a child playing with a toy. Like, goodbye, General. Run around the backyard. T-Man, it's time for supper. Hold on, Mommy. And Ace stood there. Jerry Anderson presents Megaforce. That was just flat out a fucking toy. Good God. You can own your very own Megaforce toys by Mattel. Again, it's just two 8-year-olds shooting those plastic rockets in the kid's mind, but really it's just... The reason it's all in the middle of a field because the kids are in the middle of a field. Just based on a cartoon, a toy series, a toy line, I mean, like, what is this based on? Anything? Some madman's dream, or is it just a producer watching his children play in the yard and go, yep, just gonna make that. What's that, Tyler? 8-year-old Tyler? Megaforce? I'll call it that. But it just looks like a child playing with toys, like the beginning of Toy Story 3. That's what I thought. I really thought they're gonna pull back to reveal that. Kind of like the end of the Lego movie, where it's this Will Ferrell's thing in the basement. And speaking of Will Ferrell, Barry Bostwick is Will Ferrell in this movie. It's Will Ferrell. It seemed this whole movie feels like a Will Ferrell sketch. It is insane how close this would be to a Will Ferrell sketch movie. It is impossible to not think about that when you're watching this. You know, knowing what we know now. Back then, original, I get it. Now you're like, that's Will Ferrell. Barry Bostwick has this ridiculous fucking hair, this ridiculous fucking beard. He looks like an untamed lion, ungroomed, untamed lion.
Let's wrap this up, shall we?
Yeah, I agree.
Good luck.
Let's wrap this shit up in a pretty little credits bow. Credits bow. Done with the movie. She has like 8-inch heels on. He's like doing this is like a Will Ferrell role. His name is Ace Hunter, and he's kind of like Sterling Archer meets a Will Ferrell sketch. It is bizarre. The dialogue I couldn't follow. The plot was so razor thin. Because like I said, it's just a child playing with toys in the backyard, and the dad's watching him going, I'm going to make a movie. Yeah, this is giving me some ideas here. What are these people called? Oh, they're called Scuffs, or Scruffs. That's the name of one of the bad guys in this. Henry Silva plays a bad guy who's like a Mexican. Why can't Henry Silva play someone of the same race as him? Why does he got to keep being like super racist? Remember him in Manchurian Candidate when he plays like a Filipino or a Chinese guy? What the hell was he? Ridiculous. He's a white guy. He looks kind of Italianish. I don't know why he's in this. I don't know why he keeps doing this to himself or did this to himself. It's very bizarre. R.I.P. But Barry Bostwick sets up that they're going to go. They have this big plan where they're going to sneak in all the Megaforce guys to Henry Silva's base, blow it the fuck up, and by the time they leave, the second batch will come in with Henry Silva, and they'll follow the Megaforce guys out and across the border of some country, and then that's when they can grab him. I think was what the plot of the movie was. They set it up with a stupid fucking holograph, which they won't say hologram, they call it holograph.
We move on our final leg, allowing Guerrera to maintain visual contact and close in on us until we cross the border there at approximately 0717. And he is all yours.
I can't wait.
Now, the team's all packed and ready to go.
Get himself a twink.
48 to 72 hours, depending upon Guerrera's movements and the weather conditions.
Oh, the fucks with the triangle, sir. But then they don't do that. I don't know why it didn't happen. That's what I thought the plot was. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. I thought I understood it, but it just doesn't happen. And then he comes back, and then while the Megaforce team's going back to the base, the old British dude gets a phone call. It's like, it's from Denver, sir. And he's like, Denver? Oh God, oh God, I'll get right away. They leave on their fucking it looks like a submarine helicopter. It's very weird. It's a toy, and then they leave. The thing is clumsy as fuck. It's like a whale with helicopter blades. It's fucking bizarre. They leave. By the time they get back, the Megaforce guys. Henry Silva shows up with flamboyant as hell, hello, how you doing, Ace? Ace Hunter, I'm here. It's fucking bizarre. And they're like, Ace, and they hug. What's this character's name? Guerrera, Ace, and they hug and they kiss, and they already set it up that they had a romantic gay affair for a couple drunken days, in which Barry Bostwick's character Ace Hunter came.
Political expediencies.
What? What?
But I saw him again about 3 years later in Nice. Like all mercenaries in Rhodesia, he was taking his R&R on the Côte d'Azur. He had quite a bankroll, and he was buying anything that he could get his hands on. I spent a few drunken days with him.
Oh, God.
I came.
Oh, my God. He said it. I spent a few drunken days with him, semicolon, long pause, I came. Long pause, finish sentence. Think about what you're saying, dude. Michael Jackson. Oh, no. Is fucking Burt Reynolds in the movie? Please don't tell me Henry Silva's playing two characters.
Compadre, it's been too long.
Is this really happening?
What's going on? Ace. Film at 11.
Is this the guy who fucked for 6 days in a drunken bender and came?
You stole my lighter. You were so drunk. You forgot. You gave it to me.
Before you came.
I loaned it to you.
Are they both doing Mexican accents? They should, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh no, they're looking at something. I thought they were looking away in shame. Are they really doing this with him, with Henry Silva? I am so confused. He looks exactly the same as his other role. Or he's both roles and Barry Bostwick doesn't know he's the other role, which is equally confusing. Does he still think he'd do a disguise for one of them, other than a cowboy hat? That was awkward. Was that supposed to be a joke? Again, was this a comedy or not? I really couldn't follow if it was a comedy. They have a character named Egg, who's like their Q for Megaforce, and he has so many lines of dialogue that are just supposed to be jokes, I think. One time I laughed at one of his jokes, and it wasn't even a joke. It was just he just repeated what he said.
How about that? How about that? It's a stealth nose.
It's a stealth nose.
Hey, I laughed once. All right. Ace Hunter's hanging out with Guerrera. The old British dude and the General Benabudist lady arrive, and they're like, Henry Silva's like, you gonna tell them or not? And he's like, can we talk privately, Ace? And then Henry Silva's like, oh, if you could tell him here, I already know. You guys know. He's the only one that doesn't know. And then Ace Hunter's like, that's right. Everyone leave. And I'm like, that's the same result. It's the exact same thing that would have happened had you have gone to the side. Because Henry Silva walked away too. Everyone walked away except Ace, old British dude, and General Benabudist. And they sit there and have a conversation that when they came in and attacked Guerrera's camp, it was technically an act of war. And they're like, act of war? I'm like, I fucking saw that. I fucking called it during the screening. I'm glad how wrong I was with how much screen time the Doom buggies and things would take place. I predicted far less of what there actually is. Oh, it's got a little fifth wheel below it that turns it. That's adorable. Look at that. It's adorable. Can someone please explain to me why their plan is to attack this guy's base, get him to chase or leave the state or leave the country, so he chases them, and then they can grab him in the other country legally. But if that's their plan, they clearly don't give a shit about. They're starting a war. Just get him here. Why the fuck do you care about that? Oh, the whole model. Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead. Okay. The entire compound is now blown up.
You chaps seem to have done rather too good a job. The other fellows have advised us that this operation may be regarded as a blatant act of war, instigated by our side.
No. Who could have predicted that? I was like, how have you not realized that you're going to a different country and attacking someplace to get them to follow you? Why not just grab them right there? It's the same exact fucking thing. You're not concerned about starting a goddamn war in a country, but you're concerned about grabbing him legally from which side of the line he's on? That's fucking insane. Megaforce is terrible at planning. Really, really detailed on the timing of the planning, but terrible with the overall goal and realizing that you're fucking starting a war. Fuck, what the fuck? And again, was this supposed to be a comedy? I really don't know, and I still don't know. I think they're going for like the loosest comedy in history, where it's like, I want the audience not to laugh, but to go, should I be laughing? Which is not the goal of a comedy at all. It's ridiculous. It gets to these extremes later on. I'll get to that in a moment. I'll just fast forward because it doesn't fucking matter. They go, Guerrera leaves, like, bye, so long. Bye, so long. Flies away in his little fucking like toy ambulance helicopter thing. Anyway, he leaves, and then the rest of the fucking movie, is like a football practice. The Megaforce, it has to go get to their other helicopter, which is pointlessly in the middle of a dry lake, and then Guerrera's men are blocking it off, so they have to go through them. And so they get these helicopters that go over top of them to distract them, so that they can get on that helicopter. Did you hear what I just said? They have 3 helicopters come off to fly low enough to distract them, and they get shot at, so that they can get to this 4th helicopter to all fly away at once. I'm going to let that sink in. Because it seems like an obvious fix to me. Was it a comedy? Is this supposed to be a stupid plan on purpose? Is there a reason they needed that 4th helicopter? Why didn't they just fly out in the 3, you stupid assholes? You fucking dumb Megaforce dildos. Megaforce! We're dildos!
Numerous malfunctions. Eagle 1, you're on your own. Mind if I call you girl?
Why not? Everybody else does. TACCOM, you just lost half your seats, which means you boys will have to leave your toys behind.
All units set equipment for self-destruct.
Texas International Flight 2 to Dallas will be departing in 5 minutes. And it'll be standing room only.
I don't know what the point of this war is. What's going on? Why is this happening at all? I'm getting so, like, antsy. I just want to, like... Ooh, that was a fancy one. A little cursive missile. Alright. Again, I appreciate the enthusiasm of the filmmakers, just not the script writers. Oh, that one's got lasers. He hit the laser button. It's more inconvenient for the driver than anything. It's officially Tron. They turn into that, they're gonna blow up. Doesn't do anything, but looks cool as hell. Look at that rainbow thing back in here. I don't know what their goal is. I don't know what their mission is, other than they get to the middle of the dry riverbed. And they said, get on the plane and I'll leave. Why? Why? What about all those poor engineers and scientists I had working at the lab that aren't skilled enough to make it through this motorcade? They're just all fucked. Well, luckily nobody dies in this movie. I don't get it. Was it a comedy? It's actually more of a horror movie to me right now because I'm terrified. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I watched. I need a therapist to figure out this movie. I can't. It was so... Again, it was a child playing with toys and the dad's taking notes, but he's not writing... The kid doesn't have a fucking plot because he's a fucking 6-year-old. So the dad's just writing down the names and Ace Hunter. Oh, well, that's a name a child will come up with. Yeah, Ace Hunter. He's got Guerrero. Oh, he's after him the whole time, but they're buddies. And then they hang out together. And then these guys have to get past this other group of guys. And then they lots of explosions and rockets and bikes and tanks, little doom buggies that are flipping. And then not one person fucking dies in the entire fucking movie. Not one fucking person, because the kid doesn't want to do that to his toys.
Well, you talking about high tech? Whew. The leg must have worked overtime on that thing.
What the fuck just happened? He turned him into little... This big, little chipmunks? What? Rewound time? What the fuck just happened? What? No, go back! Go back, movie. Explain yourself. What the fuck just happened? You just cut the camera and then didn't have the actors in the same shot anymore and called that a special effect? Like the little people in Twilight Zone? What the fuck was that? The one army gets past the other army slowly after blowing them up. Barry Bostwick falls off the bike. Ace Hunter falls off his bike, I should say. And then he gets up and he takes off his helmet and to reveal a secondary helmet of hair. And it's like, shh. He mates with a female lion, and it's fucking bizarre. But then he runs over to Henry Silva's tank, Guerrero's tank, opens it up or knocks on it with his gun.
Hey! Hi, Duke. Oh, listen, I just wanted to say goodbye and remind you that the good guys always win. Even in the 80s. See you, Duke.
What the fuck, movie? Is he gonna blow him up? No, he's just gonna leave him. And then he just leaves. And Michael Beck's character is already in the back of the plane and they're gonna take off. They start leaving. Ace Hunter starts to go through the desert on his bike. And then we already set it up that there's two combination buttons that you have to hit by the egg guy, and then he hits the buttons, and then the motorcycle turns into a rocket, and the rocket flies awkwardly in the air up to the plane, and he does a little spin around. Did he stall and say goodbye to Henry Silva's character just so he could do this? Oh, he's dying so horribly. Oh, he fell off a while ago. Oh, he's just still skipping like a stone in the water. Oh, across the desert. There's so much blood. It's leaving a little trail. Oh, it's horrible. Oh my God, I can't look away. Oh, he fell off a while ago. Oh no, he's fine. I'm sorry. He looks ridiculous, but he's got a rear projection. It's strange. Oh. Okay, movie. Puma Man! Oh, drugs are kicking in. He's gonna kill a lot of people when he crashes in there. And right into the ground. Again, just picture Will Ferrell. You would start going the other way, you would fall off. Why do that? Again, it's kind of a comedy. It's a comedy in the fact that it's ridiculous and over the top. But the jokes weren't there. Like, Barry Bostwick's face was hilarious in it. Because he's this big, dumb expression he has the entire movie, which is fun. I really liked the actors in the movie. They knew what movie they were making. Unfortunately, when it all came together, I didn't know what movie they were making. I didn't know what I was watching. I couldn't follow anything. There's the tone. The tone was consistent throughout the whole movie. I just didn't know what tone it was, and I couldn't quite get my thumb on it. I was like, it slipped away. Oh, is that a joke? Oh, no, I didn't laugh, though. That's weird. Usually when jokes happen, people laugh. These jokes are slipperier than Guerrera. Who they don't capture, and who was, like, cheering and, like, oh, Ace got away. Good for him. Everybody's watching him on his little motorbike. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And then they leave, and then they fly over top where the old general guy, the old British dude, and then Henry Silva's still alive? I just looked him up. Born in 1928. That motherfucker's still alive. How the shit is he still alive? That is amazing. He hasn't done a movie since Ocean's 11. That's been 17 years. Good God. Anyway, sorry, distracted. Had to look it up. I just assumed he dead. I said R.I.P. earlier. R.I.P. soon. He'll probably die this year. So Ace Hunter and all the Megaforce dudes, all of them, every single last one of them, because none of them die, they fly over top the old British guy and General Ben a Buddhist, and they blow up his toy helicopter, which looks like a whale with propellers.
What a sport! Good old Patron.
My children are on that. He didn't even check. Is this a thing people do? I've never seen that in my fucking life. And then Ace Hunter's like, let's get going. I got a date in London. Because they keep setting up the fact that they're going to meet at some fucking hotel to bang it out in London. And their whole love story is done in about 13 seconds. They spend like 3 minutes together as characters. Like a weird Apple ad silhouette thing against a purple backdrop. And then they kind of have some conversations. They never really communicate with each other other than about the missions. And then he goes for the mission, and he tells her she can't go, and she kisses him, and he's just like thinking about it for an hour. That part felt like a comedy, but none of it worked. And then they're just in love now, because the writer wanted them to be in love, because the child doesn't know how love works. They don't know how to build a relationship, so the toys were just like, I gotta go now, you can't go. Ah. They're in love now. Weird romantic music. Oh, she's getting behind him. Oh, God. I am parachuting. Just leave the green screen ones out of here. It's actually insulting to the real parachuters. It looks so bad. Don't. Her arms are broken. Oh, God. Just makes me want to buy an iPhone. Maybe go up a size or two, Barry. Just observation. What? What?
Even though I'm not going, I'm happy I came this far.
Why are you screaming?
So am I.
This is the end of the second act bullshit. What are you doing it right now for?
It's called the Lion's Head. Why don't we have our drink there when this is over? Okay?
He's not asking her, he's telling her. What the fuck? This is so early and unnecessary. Oh. I've stopped running by now. I don't feel like writing a love story. I guess I'll just have them be in love now. Okay. What the fuck are you doing? You know that man 3 days. They're in love now, Daddy. You see her? They're in love? Okay. Why did they fall? No, fuck it. Doesn't matter. What else happened? Oh, he went on the mission and he came back and then they decided to go to a hotel in London? That's weird. Oh, I mean, fascinating. Yes. I could barely keep up with all these notes. Oh, and then that's the end of the fucking movie. Credits roll, and then it's clips from the movie from a minute and a half ago. And then it ends with Barry Bostwick saying goodbye to Guerrera again. And I was like, don't show me clips. Show bloopers. It's a Hal Needham movie. There's got to be bloopers. Isn't Smoking the Bandits, isn't the credits just full of bloopers? Like, that's what the most famous part of the movie, I'd say, almost is the bloopers in the credits. But this was just clips from the movie, from the last scene, where they're going through the desert, and then they're fucking pseudo Mad Max gear. And the whole fucking movie, I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching. I'm terrified. I'm scared. I just want to go home, even though I was home. And, well, the home they put me in here, and they got kidnapped. I want to go real home. But I'm at home for all intents and purposes. But I don't know what I watched, and I'm terrified. And obviously, Death Machines is worse. I'm not even going to put this up to a vote. This movie was some fun. I didn't hate it. Death Machines is by far still the worst. The only movie that competed with it so far was really Neon Maniacs. And if I could include the Nick Cage movies in that, Zandalay would be a far takeaway as the worst movie I watched on this show. But it doesn't count, so I have to stick with the regular ones, not the Nick Cage cast movies. For some reason. Who made up these fucking rules? I don't know. Anyway, Megaforce! Defending our borders! One toy at a time! Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. So long, citizens. So long, Ace Hunter. And so long, Guerrera, his weird lover, / enemy, / best friend.
But I saw him again about 3 years later in Nice. I came